Good evening. Welcome back, everybody. It might just be one of you right now, but hopefully more will jump in. We are banging tables. We're ready.
We are banging tables.
We're back. We're going to do this a little differently than we have. We're starting season 7, if you can believe it, based on the way we do seasons for Love Thy Nerds podcast. So this is technically season 7 of the Back Row Morning Show. You believe that?
Can you not tell by my face that no, I can't believe that?
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Wakey, wakey.
Time to get up.
Good morning, citizens.
Up and then.
Rise and shine.
This is your wake-up call, people.
Come on, the coffee's on.
This is the face of someone who completely
not believe that.
understands everything that you're saying right now.
So we're revamping the show just a little bit to be a little bit more streamlined. And as for what we do on Twitch, instead of just recording our Tuesday show start to finish on Twitch plus the game on Wednesday, what we're instead doing is we're going to be recording basically the first half of each day's worth of podcasts with you guys. So all the fun bits, all the extracurricular bits, all the like weird news and stuff like that, we're going to do live
stuff.
And then like the meat segment, we're going to save for off air, and we're going to put a little bit more focus on that, so we're not splitting our attention between Twitch and the show. Before we go any further, thank you, Silver, for that re-up of your subscription. 5 months subscribed. Love you, and I appreciate you.
Oh.
And later on in the show, you're going to be playing for one of these, and I beat Mo in a game, not like with a bat sticker. Brian, yours is getting mailed out today. Toffee, yours is coming home with your mother.
Maybe. It's in a nice, pretty little envelope, and, you know.
So Silver has a chance to be the third to take home one of these very exclusive, very limited edition stickers. I think we only have 10 total. So
I've not won a single game.
there's only been 2, so no, you haven't.
I appreciate you trying to make me feel a little bit better by saying there's only been 2, but
You've lost 100% of the games you played. Does that make you feel better?
no, not even a little bit.
All right, well, let's start recording our show here, and hopefully more people will jump in as we keep moving here.
Rise and shine, nerds.
Welcome to the Back Row Morning Show, a part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network and the official exclusive morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager and chief radio nerd. I'm a husband, a father of 2 with a third coming any day now, a Green Lantern fan, and a Funko Pop collector.
And I'm Mo, shorter, louder, smarter, and all around better than absolutely no one. I'm a wife, mom, elementary librarian, and seeker of truth, except when it comes to reality TV.
Today on the show, we will be reviewing Luca and discussing some of the weird controversy around the movie.
Also on the show, let Jesus take the wheel. Just not like this.
But first, today is Monday, July 19th, 2021, and we got some holidays to celebrate.
A holiday.
Oh, right.
An important holiday. It is Global Hug Your Kids Day.
So, the existence of this holiday kind of makes me sad.
Okay.
Because it's a great premise, but like, why would
do
we
have
need
to
a day
have one
for it?
To remind
Why
us
are
to
you not
hug our
hugging your
children?
kids every day?
Yeah. So I will say this, though. There comes a time when, you know, they're teenagers and hugging isn't like a everyday kind of thing anymore like it is when they're little. Now,
Gotcha.
I hug my boys every night before they go to bed. But I don't like just out of nowhere anymore kind of walk up to them and just give them a big old squeeze. Because I'm not, like, I'm shorter than them now. So, if anything, they should walk up to me and give me a big old squeeze.
Would you feel like you don't have the right because they're taller than you?
Well, it's kind of, so think about hugging your boys. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you wrap them in your arms and you just kind of fold them up. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can pick them up and shake them a little and kiss them all over their forehead, you know?
You can't do that here.
With teenagers, it's not
I got you.
that.
I got you.
they would be like,
That will never
"What
happen
are
to me
you
because
doing?"
I'm extremely tall. So
Yeah.
we are recording the first half of today's show on Twitch, and we have got Silver and Kiwi in the chat today. Silver is saying, she's shorter than anyone, if that helps.
I mean, she's shorter than everyone. Pretty sure you said anyone.
Oh, I did. Well, yeah, everyone.
But everyone.
What does it matter? It's the same either way.
Yeah, but it's not proper when you say it the other way.
So we've had a couple weeks off here, Mo.
We have.
You've had a lot happen in this time. I feel like
Have I?
Facebook has shown what's gone on.
Well, my children have gone to camp. At the time of the recording, my daughter is currently at camp, which is like, whoa, Matt.
Is that me?
Yes.
Not bad.
Get your stuff under control. This is only her second time being at camp because they didn't do, church camps last year during COVID. So, it's very, I don't know, it's very strange. I can send the boys easy.
Yeah.
Get up out my house. But yeah, it's very odd sending Mila off and away. So anyway, and I had a birthday. Mm-hmm. I am officially irrelevant. And had an anniversary.
Yeah, so I keep forgetting that your anniversary is it the next day?
2 days after.
2 days after. It's like really close to your birthday.
2 days after my birthday.
You knock those out one right after the other.
Yep. Feel sorry for Chris. Yeah. So.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My wife and I went on our first date since September this past weekend, and that was fun.
We actually were at the movie theater at the same time and didn't even know it.
Yeah.
See, so to people who say that Clovis is so small, well, listen, best friends at the movie theater at the same time didn't even see each other. Didn't even know we were there until afterwards. So it's not that small.
But I've got some exciting news in my family.
What?
The baby's not born yet. That's not what I'm talking about.
I was so hoping she was going to come on my birthday. I really was.
But no, for the last couple months, at night when I put the boys to bed most nights, and so I'll read them a story, and then we'll pray and we'll go to bed. For the last couple months, though, I've been starting to read like a little bit of a chapter from the Gospel of John.
Okay.
As well, and every night, my son Eli has just had a buttload of questions. And so we sit there and we just talk through all the questions while Johnny's starting to doze off, while Eli and I are talking. And he's been, having questions for a long time, but like this really opened it up. Like, okay, I have a designated part of the day now where I can ask all these questions. And so after a long while and a few very long conversations, I had the honor of walking him through prayer of salvation.
Prayer. That's amazing.
Yeah. So he's very excited.
Oh, yay.
And, it's weird. We're sitting there, we've already had a couple conversations with him where, like, we bring him out, we let Johnny go to bed, and we bring him out and talk. And I'm trying to make sure he understands what it is. And, but at the same time, we're sitting there thinking, like, well, we don't want to, like, talk him out of it. Like, how how far do we, like, push to make sure he understands before he's just like, never mind, I'm not going to do it. Because, the Bible says faith of a child, that's the thing. And so, like, we're overthinking it, of course, as parents. But he finally just made it clear, like, this is what I want. And so it was cool. It was exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Yay. Did you then say, so now I'm not only your dad, but I'm your brother?
I did not say that because that's weird. And he's too young to understand that.
I've said that to every single one of my kids. Not only your mom, but I'm your sister. And yeah, they are like, what?
Stop it, Mom. Kiwi in our chat says, if someone asks you to name 4 books of the Bible, just say John.
He's not wrong.
I saw that Brooklyn Nine-Nine meme too. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I made it too easy. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, anything else?
I don't think so. But even if
kinda
I did
chill.
have anything else to say, it like would pale in comparison to that. So yeah, there's
It's been
no
a
point.
been a fairly chill break we've had. It's been nice. Let's take a break right here. When we come back, Jesus, take the wheel.
Stick around.
All right. Silver, did you miss my story? Because you were getting pizza. I appreciate you, Kiwi. Thank you.
Pizza.
All right. Let's move on
Why
to.
that's the third time that you've said all right.
All right.
You're not. Your name is Matthew,
All right.
but not McConaughey. Matthew McCoker.
Let me ask you a question.
No.
Would you like to own a Lincoln?
No. Those are the creepiest car commercials ever. And I like Matthew McConaughey, but I would really like to see how the ad has impacted their sales, because to me it feels very like horror movie-esque.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know?
A little bit.
I feel
yeah.
like it would have a negative impact.
SNL doesn't do a lot of things that I love lately, but they had Jim Carrey host a couple years ago, and he did parodies of those ads throughout the whole night. And it was really funny because one of them's like, kids in the back, and he's talking about, driving kids around. And then at the end, he's looking in the mirror. He's like, whose kids are these? And I'm like, that's creepy. All right.
Yeah.
Apparently, my first story has been removed from the original place. Let me see if I can find the new story again.
I'm a bit disturbed by the comments in our...
What's happening?
Oh my.
Let's see. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Next segment. Are you ready?
Yeah, I just thought of two things that I love that I'm going to go ahead and just put in my notes so that
Smart.
I don't have to think about it in a
Smart.
couple weeks. Yeah.
Smart. But you also have a fact, right?
Yeah, I do,
Okay, cool.
actually,
All right.
because I'm amazing.
Dean Luger has been making so many jokes about my mom. Weird. Okay. It's Michael Jr., I think, who said, people that get uncomfortable with your mama jokes don't understand that we're not talking about your mama. We're talking about some fictional mama that nobody's ever met. And she's not offended by these jokes. That's how Christians have to think about it.
Okay, but it might not be offensive, but it might be insensitive because, they might not have their mama anymore.
But again, they're not talking about their mama.
It ain't nothing worse than looking at your husband
Fake
and
mama.
saying your mama joke and
That's
realizing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a little cringy. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show. I'm Radio Mac.
And I'm Mo.
And we've changed some things up for this new season, including what we record live on Twitch. Each week, we record our shows the Friday or Saturday before with our friends on Twitch. Follow us on twitch.tv/LTN on air to be notified when we go live, and join our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for after-show discussion and even opportunities for you to be on the show yourself. But before we go any further, it's time for Mo. Speaking of Twitch.
No, it's not. It's
Thank
not
you
time
for that
Mo.
follow, Brother Mod, whom I'm assuming is not a mod. But welcome. It is time for Mo's Fact of the Day.
All right. So, a hug a day may, in fact, keep the doctor away. In a 2014 study, researchers at Carnegie Mellon University measured social support in the form of hugs in more than 400 healthy adults. For 2 weeks, participants were asked about the number of times they experienced interpersonal conflict and the number of hugs they received each day. The researchers then exposed the participants to a common cold virus. What they found was that perceived social support and hugs reduced the risk of infection. The more often people hugged, the less likely they were to get sick, even those who frequently experienced conflict.
Interesting.
It's because they're building their immunity.
That's because they're breathing in the germs of everyone around them.
Exactly. I mean, I really did. As I was looking up facts, I was like, I mean, this is genius. Not only is it good for your mental health, but it is good for your physical health because you are building an immunity to whatever you come in contact with when you hug that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, makes sense.
So hug somebody, but especially your kids because today's Global Hug Your Kids Day. Yep. And we all know that they got tons of viruses stuck to them. Tons of germs.
They can handle it all. We can't.
Yep. I'm just here to look out for everybody. That's all. All right. Now it's over to our weird news desk.
That's right. We got 3 stories here that you might not have heard yet that are just a bit weird. A bit weird. First off, we got a woman lets God take the wheel to test her faith, then crashes her car into a house. Wow. An Ohio woman is facing numerous charges after she allegedly let God take the wheel of her car last month, causing a high-speed crash. The woman intentionally ran through a red light, causing a crash near the intersection of Richmond Road and Shaker Boulevard in Beechwood on the night of June 15th, according to a police report. Officers from the Beechwood Police Department arrived at the scene in the 2900 block of Richmond Road just after midnight of June 16th to find a vehicle had knocked down several power lines, a utility pole, and crashed into a house. No one inside the home was injured, according to local media. The police report said 31-year-old woman who has not been identified approached officers at the scene and told them she had been driving the vehicle that was involved in the crash. She also said that her 11-year-old daughter was sitting in the front passenger seat at the time. According to WJW, traffic cameras captured the woman's vehicle traveling south on Richmond Road at more than 100 miles per hour. The footage showed her vehicle speeding through a red light at the intersection of Shaker Boulevard. And after running through the light, her vehicle hit another car and spun at a high rate of speed until it struck a utility pole, another car, and then the house. The driver of the other vehicle managed to avoid being injured, according to the station. According to the police report, the woman told officers that she drove at high speed and through the red light in order to test her faith in God. She also said she had been recently fired from her job and was going through a difficult time.
So I'm curious, like, you tested your faith, so where is it right now? But not, like, did that solidify or did that crush it? But also, you are like your 11-year-old daughter. Guaranteed said daughter doesn't believe in God now.
I mean, Jesus Take the Wheel is a song lyric. It's not a Bible verse.
It's figurative, friends.
A figurative song lyric. It's not
Figurative.
something that you should be using as a part of your faith. Anyway, she seems to be in okay health. Everything that I've read, the other news story that I had that has been deleted, said that both the woman and the girl were okay. So, just hope it stays that way. Next news story. An unopened Super Mario 64 game from 1996 sells for $1.56 million.
Okay.
Heritage Auctions in Dallas said that this 1996 game sold last Sunday, breaking its previous record price for the sale of a single video game, which was an unopened copies of Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda, selling at auction the Friday before at $870,000. Spokesman did not immediately respond to an inquiry about who purchased it, but it is the best-selling game from Nintendo 64, which is one of the most iconic. Seriously, Twitch chat censors Jesus. Come on now. There weren't wheels to take when Jesus was alive. That's right. It's not in the Bible.
What would have been the equivalent? What would they? I don't know.
Jesus take the reins. The reins of the donkey. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So
I'm not even mad about the Mario game.
It's pretty cool, actually. And lastly, parents are furious. Oh gosh, I forgot what this story was. Parents are furious after a library uses an actor in a monkey costume with a fake wiener attached to him to encourage kids to read.
What?
Mm-hmm. Parents in East London, England, were up in arms when an actor wearing a monkey costume, complete with a fake showed up at a local library as part of a program meant to encourage children to read. This year's theme for Good Maze Library in Redbridge was Wild World Heroes, and the actors who showed up to launch the contest included someone dressed as a strawberry, another as a frog, and then this monkey. You can see the photo here, Mo, but I'm not going to put it on Twitch for anybody to see. A lot of people took pictures of this and started tweeting, oh, thank you for that follow, Prexim. Started tweeting the library about what are you thinking? And so here's the response of the library. During an event put on by the library today, there was a performance by a carnival arts company. Unfortunately, one of the animal costumes was inappropriate, which we were not aware of at the time of booking, and we deeply apologize for the offense caused. This is being looked into. This will never happen again. But
How'd you let him walk out?
but earlier comments on their social media tends to lean otherwise, that they knew what they were doing, because someone wrote to them, that was a shock when that monkey turned around, and the library replied, I know, monkey's out of control, but when you've got it, flaunt it, I suppose.
Yeah, so Praxim actually brings up exactly what my thought was in the chat.
Encourage people?
Yeah, but how does this encourage kids to read? If anything, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe it would encourage little boys to read. I don't know.
If you are the guy in the rainbow monkey costume and you know that this is a part of your costume, how do you not voluntarily say, hey, are you sure you want me in on this thing?
Yeah. I don't know.
Can't trust libraries these days. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever.
Let's take another quick break.
When we come back, our review of Luca.
Stick around. But not for you, Twitch. You don't get the review of Luca. We're going to move on to our next day. You got to tune into the show on the radio, on LTN Radio, to hear that. But we're going to move on to Tuesday, and Tuesday is going to start off with an argument. MDB is here. Kiwi is here. All right. Let me save this real quick and get a new file open. New. All right. Are you quite all right? You're just in that Mario mindset now, aren't you?
I don't. Yeah.
Do.
Why did that make you ask if I was okay? I'm just having fun.
You've been weird tonight. That's all I'm saying. How's everybody doing tonight in the Twitch chat?
How's everybody doing? I'm the one that's weird. How's everybody doing tonight in the Twitch chat?
How's everybody up in that Twitch chat tonight? How you doing?
Want to play a game?
Would you like to buy a Lincoln?
No, I don't. Not even a little bit.
Okay, we're set.
All right.
Here we go. Asexual monkeys cost more for sure. I like you. Thanks for joining.
You are in the right place.
All right, we are going to start with the... I don't even have Discord open, do I?
I don't know.
I better open Discord here.
Eh.
We're going to do the intro. Oop, posture check. We're going to do the intro, the holidays, and then we will do the arguing on Discord. So whenever you're ready, you can jump into the Join the Morning Show chat. I'm going to jump in there too, and then I'll mute and deafen. But Kiwi and MDB, there we go. Kiwi's in there, and you're in there. All right, so y'all just hang out there, and I will eventually unmute you and introduce you, and we'll get started. All right. Keep doing it now that you make me aware of it. All right.
Stop it. Stop it. Rise and shine, nerds.
Welcome to the Back Row Morning Show, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network and the official exclusive morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager for... Dang it. I got distracted.
I don't know how you got distracted.
I don't know how I got distracted either. Let's just try that again. Let's just start over.
Okay. Rise and shine, nerds.
Welcome to the Back Row Morning Show, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network and the official exclusive morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager and chief radio nerd. I'm a husband, a father of two, with a third coming any day now, a Green Lantern fan, and a Funko Pop collector.
And I'm Mo, shorter, louder, smarter, and all around better than absolutely no one. I'm a wife, mom, elementary librarian, and seeker of truth, except when it comes to reality TV.
Today on the show, the best Disney duos and what they've taught us about love and friendship.
Also on the show, our Discord argues DC Comics or Marvel.
But first, today is Tuesday, July 20th, 2021, and we've got some holidays to celebrate.
That's right. Today is International Chess Day.
Yee. Actually, I say that. I haven't actually played a game of chess
In years. Since
yeah.
your wife...
Since my wife flipped out on me. My wife bought me a really nice chess set. We played 3 games, and at the third game, she flipped the table.
Jesus did it, so Daedra can too.
And then we're like, well, guess we ain't going to be playing chess together anymore.
I mean, we have to have boundaries within our marriage.
She does not like games where only I win. So that doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, she eventually just refuses to play with me anymore. So like when we're playing Mario Kart, I have to let her win occasionally.
I mean,
just don't tell her I let her win.
You don't let her win. It's also National Lollipop Day.
Yeah.
Lollipop.
I'm a fan of lollipops.
Lolly. Okay, and it's National Moon Day.
Moon your friends today, everybody.
No, that's not it.
Oh.
It celebrates the lunar landing.
Oh, my way is much more fun.
Probably, but also might get you into a little more trouble, so keep your pants up.
All right. Once a week, we like to open up our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for some of our back row buds to argue some of the internet's favorite arguments. And sometimes we have an open mic free-for-all, but today we're going to have a one-on-one debate between our buddies Kiwi and MDB2. These are their handles in the Discord, as they debate DC Comics or Marvel Comics. And here's how the debate will go. There is only the one question. What is your brand? Why is your brand better than the other brand? Kiwi will present his case for DC Comics first. MDB will then present his case in response for Marvel, and then after that, it's kind of a free for all. Let's jump into the chat and see if they're here. Hello. Do we have a Kiwi and an MDB?
Hello.
I see
Hello
MDB.
there.
Hi, MDB.
Hello.
And Kiwi. All right.
How's it going?
Going good. How are you guys? Anybody?
I'm fantastic.
Kiwi, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
All right. So,
He's sweating right now.
originally Kiwi was going to have to be facing off against Toffee. And Toffee chickened out because he's playing a Smash tournament, I think.
Yeah.
And so somebody recommended MDB to fight for Marvel's side. And apparently MDB knows what he's talking about because he's got how many comics?
About 5,000 or so. I didn't include this week's buy. I got 17 Wednesday, so.
So this is going to be fun. But
I want to see a picture. Like, I want to know how you keep them organized, and I want to see a picture. I'm just saying.
They're in boxes and boarded, or they're in book form and they're on a shelf. And my wife keeps telling me to find other places, but you know what? It's fine. It's all fine.
So essentially, you look like a comic shop. Because that's what comic shops are,
Isn't
right?
that the dream
They're
of-
in the box, living in a
You're
comic
an
shop.
adult with money. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's dive into this discussion. DC Comics versus Marvel. I'm going to let Kiwi go first and present your side. Why is DC Comics better?
I think MD should go first.
Poor Kiwi.
All right. I'll let you pass the buck here. So, MDB, let's give your opinions first. Why is Marvel the superior comic company?
Okay. Marvel is a superior comic company for a couple of different reasons. They can focus on more than just like 6 heroes. Once you get past Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, you're starting to run out of things people will read for DC. Marvel, on the other hand, has the entirety of the world of X-Men, which currently has 12 different books out, and all 12 books are usually once a month or twice a month coming out, so they are extremely popular. On top of your standard Captain Americas and your Spider-Mans, and then they're trying to branch out into a lot of newer, younger individuals, like Miles Morales, Miss Marvel, trying to keep them relevant, trying to keep new stuff coming, so that the current generation can have things that they grew up with and love. And when the new MCU comes out in 2030, they're going to see characters they grew up with. Where when we're talking about DC, we're still having the same characters that we saw in 1966, running around in the fun little Batmobile. So on top of that, their distribution's even a little bit better. They're signed up with Penguin Publishing to really streamline that experience. So they're going to have tons of stuff coming out very quickly. And they were smart enough to let themselves be bought by Disney, but not be controlled by Disney. So they have a extremely large backing, but they're not fully under their control. So they can still kind of be their own independent label.
That's a good argument.
Kiwi, I think that you made the wrong call. But
Kiwi wrote in chat, sweat mode activated. Present your case.
So I'm going to be real. Yes, we have the original 1960s, 1950s, and 1940s Batman, right? And they're going to be classic no matter what. And I'm going to say this, the new stuff that DC is releasing isn't as good as what they used to be, right? It's because they don't have the original staff working there. They don't have as big as a fan base as Marvel. But I feel like if DC had a bigger fan base, it would have been a lot better, right? But I still think DC is better. It's because one, I grew up on DC. I love Batman. I love the older '60s stuff with Michael Keaton and a few others. And when you really think about it, though, it comes down to the fact of, are there too many Marvel characters to really remember any of their names? Because I feel like once you have too many characters or too many people on the show, people are going to start forgetting and all their names, So I think DC is a million times better than Marvel, especially when it comes to Heath Ledger as Joker. That was one of the best things they put down.
So you're heavy in the movie department here, but what about in the comics?
I tried getting into comics in 9th and 10th grade of high school a few years ago. I was never really into them primarily because I never grew up with comics. I always grew up with the TV shows and the movies of DC, right?
So if we're doing that, then let's open it up then to all media. So what about DC is besides what you've already said? What more about DC is doing? What are they doing better than Marvel?
So at least from what I've experienced, I love the Gotham TV show that DC had for a while. I don't know if you guys watched it. It's definitely one of my higher recommended shows out there. And they have the Flash and Green Lantern and all this other stuff, right? That is, it's gonna keep coming out, and and with their newer media, right? They're gonna have to get with the younger generations because they're not putting out as much as they should, like Marvel is, right? Because they don't have as big as a quote-unquote backing as Marvel has, right? But I feel like if they did get a bigger backing, other than, Six Flags and whatnot, I feel like their fan base would start exploding up and coming back up again.
Gotcha. So we can go kind of free-for-all now, and you can, MDB, you can add your thoughts here on movies and TV shows or whatever. I tend to lean DC Comics when it comes to certain areas. I think you're absolutely right, MDB, about the characters in DC Comics. We focus really heavily on just the main 6. But those main six are kind of iconic. I mean, you ask people around the world to recognize Superman versus any non-main six, Marvel superhero, or even many of the main ones, they're going to recognize Superman before they recognize anyone else, or Batman. But at the same time, because of the MCU, because of this juggernaut of movies that has come out and still continues to come out and is just crushing it in pretty much every way they can, they're becoming more and more recognized. You got Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man might be the only top tier Marvel character prior to the MCU that would be almost on par with Superman with recognizability. However, now this movie juggernaut thing has really gotten DC reeling. And I think that everything that you said, MDB, is true and accurate, and more so because of the MCU. I think it has gotten more eyes on the Marvel product as a whole, as opposed to those who just stuck with DC Comics because that's what they grew up with. That's what I grew up with. I think now it's gotten people more interested in these characters, in these side characters that you might not know their name, but you still recognize them. And I think DC's got a long way to go to get caught up, and I'm not sure they're going to. For the exact reason that you said, Kiwi, I don't think that DC Comics is getting the kind of support and push that Marvel is getting when it comes to creativity, when it comes to them not messing with everything. Like almost every movie that's come out with this new DC extended universe has been screwed around with by Warner Brothers after the fact. And for the most part, for the worse. Yeah, you want to add your thoughts there, MDB, for like movies and whatnot?
Yeah. So when it comes to movies, DC's problem is that they picked the wrong backer. I mean, nobody wants to be the corporate sellout. They don't want to have to do that. But if you're going to build a recognizable brand that's going to have the ability to survive in this world, you're going to need more than just nerds like me spending money on it.
Right.
So they picked the backer that was going to win, and they picked. They were able to get Disney. If DC was able to do something like that, because WB for a while was a really good company to have picked, but can't seem to get their head on straight on that. I think it would have been a good competition. And my thing is with this biggest argument, and I'm going to sympathize with Kiwi here. I need DC to be good. I want DC to be good. The better DC is, the better Marvel has to be. It creates the natural competition. My favorite comic book character is a DC character. Is John Constantine. Love the guy. But they have to try to do a little bit better. They have to be a little bit more better on their releases. One of DC's biggest problems is they dropped the biggest distributor of comics to start up 3 smaller ones in their area, which is good. Support your friends, build business, but it didn't go very smoothly. And even to this day, DC Comics can still be hard to come by for smaller shops because they're going to deal with the bigger shops instead of the smaller ones. Overall, DC just really has to start making decisions of how are we going to exist in 15 years instead of worrying about in 5. You really need to start looking forward to the future instead of just immediate, which I don't know if Marvel print books will be there in the future, but I do know that Marvel Media will be around for at least the next 15 to 20 years because of the decisions they've made.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Now, I do think DC does have some things that it does better than Marvel. I think their TV shows, for the most part, for the last 15 years or so, have been better up until just these ones with Disney Plus that have started. But I mean, like the Arrowverse, Smallville before that, Gotham, like you said, they have been pretty killer shows, very popular. Smallville lasted for 10 seasons and killed it. Their animation for like DC animation, like animated movies, animated TV shows, they've been spot on, very, very good 90% of the time. And then, of course, they've had big movies like you Kiwi, you mentioned The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, that whole series is iconic for Batman. I just went through them all again for the first time in a long time. I'm like, man, these are going to hold up for a long time. But yeah, MCU though, or Marvel as a whole is even if they don't hit the highest peaks that some of the best DC comic stuff hits, they hit a consistently great level with very few dips in any of their areas, any of their departments. And yeah, I think right now, as much as it pains me to say it, Marvel's the better company.
So I'm going to agree on that with you. That Marvel is doing some pretty good stuff right now. But, you know, at least from my standpoint, I'm still going to stick with DC and say that, you know, they have those great TV shows. I'm going to say that DC did a lot better of a TV show job than Marvel, but Marvel has a lot better movies than DC.
Yeah.
It's from what I've heard from people that love both sides. And, you know, it's not going to be like one side or the other right now. Well,
Right.
it is, obviously it's going to be one side because it's Marvel. You know, Marvel's always going to win, but you still got those loyal fans that are going to stick by DC no matter what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they make a crappy movie, they're going to figure out how to love it and make fun of it and stuff like that.
Dude, I loved the Green Lantern movie. I don't know why everybody hated it so much. I loved it so much.
It's just because you love Green Lantern.
I guess that's why. You had to really love Green Lantern. You had to love Jeff Johns' version of Green Lantern, which I did. Best 10-year run of Green Lantern I've ever... That's the only thing I own, like, every copy of. That whole 10-year run of Green Lantern.
Okay, so I do want to say this before we end.
Okay.
From my very uneducated perspective. Okay. MDB was talking about how the same 6 characters and, you know, DC hasn't really branched out and Marvel is going to have, this new generation is going to have characters that they grew up with, whereas, you know, DC isn't doing that. And for me personally, I don't necessarily know that is a good thing. And I guess from a business perspective, it probably is. It shows growth and they'll be able to carry on for generation after generation. But for me, from my perspective, as a mom who has boys who are very much into this kind of world, I enjoy having conversations with them about DC versus Marvel because I remember DC. I grew up with DC. You know, my brothers grew up with Batman and Joker, and I can pull from knowledge from my own childhood and then have conversations with them, and you know, we can converse over it. But talk about Marvel characters, I don't really know much of anything. And like MDP pointed out, they're growing. They're continuing to grow more, you know. And so just when I think I know a character and their history and their backstory, you know, something changes. And so this old mom who is just trying to, you know, invest in her children's lives can't anymore because it's changing all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas with DC, it not only gives you a bit of a nostalgia, but it also links the generations together, as opposed to saying, well, this was my comic book generation and then this is my children's comic book generation. Let's bridge them together. Let's unite them.
I get your thought. All right, so let's catch up with chat here. So Brother Mod here apparently was definitely on DC side.
Yeah.
Reminding, don't forget about Young Justice. Also, like Titans right now and Doom Patrol on HBO Max are both great shows. Really good shows. JC Phenom says in the 60s through the early 80s, DC pulled no punches when it came to violence. Marvel was a lot more family friendly. The dark theming has always been a thing that makes DC feel different, and that's true. Mm-hmm. Like you watch Zack Snyder's Justice League or all these other things, you could really see between the two versions of the Justice League movie, because the one that came out in theaters, which was largely retooled by Joss Whedon, who comes from the Marvel side of things most recently, you could tell it was a lot lighter. It was a lot more, you know, cheery and jokey, and you know, it was bright and colorful, and they tried to make it more Marvel-esque. And then you saw Zack Snyder's version come out on HBO Max, and it is dark and it is rough and it is not as funny. It has its moments, has some weird things like Flash with that hot dog, but it was definitely a grittier version of the movie. And you're absolutely right. Like with Titans and Doom Patrol, those are gritty shows. Like those are not family friendly shows. But yeah, Marvel tends to go more, lighter, more whole family can come.
Yeah.
I think the biggest leap they're going to take is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, because apparently they're trying to make this a very scary, intense movie, from what I hear. And that's going to be interesting. And let's see here. Silver says, I grew up loving Batman and Green Lantern and Spider-Man. I got into Deadpool in school. I still love all of them so much, but Spidey's my boy. Yeah. Deadpool, especially.
He's kind of my favorite.
Deadpool's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And anytime Spider-Man and Deadpool crossover, it's just the best thing ever. And I'm really hoping one day we get a movie where Deadpool and Spider-Man are coexisting. Even if it's just a scene in some big movie with everybody in it. I need it. I need it in my life. Okay, we've gone long. This has been a good discussion. Thank you so much, Kiwi. Thank you, MDB, for joining us. This was fun. This was a fun discussion. We love you.
Read more comics.
I will. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye. Oh, always fun. Always fun to have these discussions. We're going to take a break right here. When we come back, Funfetti must be stopped.
Stick around.
That was a good discussion. Thank you, chat. Toffee, I saw you in there. Please do Spidey and Deadpool in the MCU. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, they did cancel The Trench, didn't they? Yeah. That would have been a creepy butt movie, too, though. Because those guys were yuck. Those guys were a pile of yuck. All right, moving on here. Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show. I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And we've changed some things up for this new season, including what we record live on Twitch. Each week we record our shows on Friday or Saturday before they air with our friends on Twitch. So you can follow us at twitch.tv/LTNOnAir to be notified when we go live, and join our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for after the show discussion, and even opportunities to be on the show yourself.
Plus, our normal Tuesday taste test will now only be available on our video platforms. Catch it live on Twitch or later in the week on YouTube at youtube.ltnonair.com or on our TikTok at the Back Row LTN.
You say TikTok fun.
TikTok.
TikTok. I don't know. TikTok.
A tickety talk.
Maybe it's just a fun. Well, no. Now you ruined it. Before we go any further, it's time for Mo's Fact of the Day.
Been ruining lives since 2005. That is. It is something I love saying in my home. Okay. The folding chessboard was invented by a priest who was forbidden to play chess. The priest found a way around it by making a folding chessboard, and when folded together and put on a bookshelf, it simply looks like two ordinary books.
That's cool.
Isn't it?
I'd like that. I'd like to have that in my bookshelf. That'd be neat. Well, it is time. Oh, I'm sorry. You start this section.
Yes.
Changed it up.
Yep. Now it's time we come clean and admit that we are major junk food nerds, and every week we like to showcase and talk about junk food that has been recently announced or even spotted in stores or on menus.
And that's right. We're going to kick it off today with Courageous Sherbet Mountain Dew Game Fuel and Game Fuel Zero.
Okay, you know the deal. Hold on.
Too many words.
Too much happening. It's a drink. It's Game Fuel. It's
Game Fuel is the energy drink that Mountain Dew makes.
And it's flavored sherbet.
Courageous Sherbet. It's a rainbow sherbet flavored, but it's only available online.
Okay. You're not getting it, Topher. Sorry.
GameFuel.com. It is a collaboration, I believe, with a streamer named Courageous. Goes by Courageous. Pretty sure.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Available only in the UK, Skittles Squishy Clouds. Soft and airy foam gummies in fruits and crazy sours flavors. The original fruit flavors in the UK are a bit different than here in the US. They have lemon, strawberry, orange, lime, and black currant. So they have blackcurrant, whatever that is, but they also still get to have the lime, and that makes me sad because I want lime. And their sours mix includes pineapple, raspberry, apple, mandarin, and cherry.
Okay.
Pretty good mix. Mo, I have a question.
Whoa.
What do you think the biggest issue people have with Sour Patch Kids is?
Probably that they're too big to bite.
That's right. They're just too darn big to eat in one bite.
Yeah.
Especially those Sour Patch watermelons. They're just too big.
Yeah.
That's why Sour Patch Kids is releasing Sour Patch Kids Bites. Courage, that's right. Sorry, Courage JD. You're right. He's done Among Us. Thank you for that, Toffee. Sour Patch Kids Bites. Original mix with just the heads of the Sour Patch Kids or the Bites watermelon, which is just smaller watermelons. Seriously, these are some of the smallest poppable candies already. What is making them tinier? It's like when they made the mini M&Ms. What was the point? They're already teeny tiny. You got to make them even teenier?
Yeah, and it's not like you ate just one. No, you got a handful that pretty much
You just pour the tube.
That's true.
Fill your mouth with the tube.
That was a pretty good noise. I
won't be able to recreate it.
I know, but that was a pretty good sound effect. Very good.
Mini M&Ms are amazing, you monster.
I will say there is something different tasting about mini M&Ms as opposed to the original, but at the same time, like I was trying to get at, you didn't eat just one mini M&M. You ate the equivalent of like 2 or 3, which is how many M&Ms you would typically eat. But, so what was the point? What? It did nothing. I'm a little bit more concerned that it's just the heads of the Sour Patch Kids. Where are the bodies?
Just Fred in the corner, just biting the bodies off and putting them in the bag for the little heads.
Nobody else concerned about that? I don't know.
Tropical Adventure Tic Tacs coming out with pineapple, mango, banana, and passion fruit mix.
Tic Tac.
Starburst Pops with a lollipop outside and fruit chew inside are coming out in their original 4 flavors. It's like a fruitier Tootsie Pop. And these have existed, I think, 2 different times in the past.
Okay.
So this is like their 3rd adventure to see if they're going to stick around. Shake Shack is coming in hot with a new hot honey chicken sandwich. A honey glazed crispy chicken breast topped with habanero mayo and shredded lettuce on a toasted potato bun. Hot honey chicken bites. Crispy whole white meat chicken bites dusted with hot honey seasoning. Served with habanero mayo sauce. And hot honey fries. Crispy crinkled cuts dusted with hot honey seasoning. Served with habanero mayo sauce.
Okay, so listen, Shake Shack needs to hire you to do their voiceover for their commercials, because just like Matthew McConaughey with Lincoln, right?
Lincoln,
Yeah, you are making me not want Shake Shack.
Hot honey. That's how you say hot when you've been eating something hot. Hot. It is July. Independence Day is long over, and that means Halloween candy will start hitting shelves likely before the month is over in some areas, including Butterfingers Zombie Eyeballs and Crunch Monster Eyes.
I want to try the Monster Eyes. I won't lie. I won't lie. Although I feel like eyeballs would not be Crunch. Like they could have come up with a.
Well, here's what I'm thinking they're doing. For Christmas, for the last several years, Crunch has come out with like little circle bars for Christmas specifically. And sometimes they've been in the shape of like, well, sometimes they're supposed to be like ornaments, but mostly they're like little Christmas scenes.
Okay.
But that's how they do it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is the exact same thing. It's going to come out and it's just going to be a monster eye design on the inside. And that's the only reason.
I'm just saying, if you were to eat an actual monster eye, I don't think it would be the consistency or the
I bet it would
texture of
crunch.
a crunch.
Oh, heck yeah. That eye would crunch.
You think?
I'm positive.
Like, I think more like...
I'm positive you bite into someone's eye, it's going to crunch, not splat.
Okay. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we
That's
should try.
our next discussion.
That's a taste test right there. Let's try eyeballs.
Limited edition all lime Skittles are now out in some areas. It's a bag of just the lime Skittles that we all love and miss.
Hey,
I need to find
just
some.
FYI, everyone who's listening, Matt's birthday is in September. You can send all
your lime
all
Skittles.
bagged lime Skittles.
We got 2 new Oreos coming out. Apple cider donut Oreos, which are vanilla cookie kind. And then salted caramel brownie Oreos. It has 2 layers of cream. It has a caramel layer and a brownie layer. And it also has actual salt sprinkled on top of the cookies. That one is one I want to try because it seems interesting. I'm not sure it'll be good, but it's interesting. A
Okay.
salted cookie.
A salted cookie. It'll get you
Funfetti.
5 to 10 in the penitentiary. A salted cookie.
Funfetti, who seems to come out with a new product every week that they've gotten their little Funfetti frosting flavor into for some dumb reason. It's now coming out with Funfetti flavored candy canes, which I'm assuming is just a candy cane that tastes like icing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's gotta be so uberly sweet. Ugh. Ugh.
It doesn't sound good at all.
They must be stopped.
Look, going into this segment, you hinted to Funfetti, and I was super excited because I really do love Funfetti cake. Like, it brings out the
Yeah, the Funfetti cake is the best.
It brings out the child in me, the little kid. But yeah, I'm pretty sad about it.
Chuck E. Cheese, have you ever been in the grocery store saying, I would rather not be buying groceries, I would rather be eating Chuck E. Cheese?
Nope, not once.
Well, now you can do both, because Chuck E. Cheese is now in your freezer section with cheese and pepperoni flavored pizzas you make at home. All right, so for, I don't know, the last 2 seasons here, like of the year, seasons, fall, whatever, fall, summer, spring, all that stuff. We have had a new divine comedy themed ice cream bar coming from Magnum. Okay, so we are now in the last one. So first came the Inferno, then came the Purgatorio, and now we have the Paradiso, which has pistachio ice cream dipped in a ruby chocolate shell and then dipped again in a white chocolate shell.
Yeah, it sounds like paradise.
And the Divine Comedy is complete. In the UK, Kit Kat Chunky Caramel Popcorn flavored Kit Kat bar.
Okay, it's a
coming
Kit
out.
Kat bar.
It's a Kit Kat bar. It's got a layer of like caramel popcorn on the top.
I kind of want it.
Seems interesting. I really liked those butter popcorn M&Ms when they came out.
Oh, yeah.
Those were dope. Those were real good.
Way better than the
Real good.
fudge brownie. M&Ms.
Break me off a piece of that. And lastly here, last Wednesday was National Mac and Cheese Day. And to celebrate, Kraft teamed up with an ice cream shop, Van Leeuwen, I don't know how to pronounce it, to make a Kraft macaroni and cheese flavored French ice cream. They went on sale online and in the Van Leeuwen shops a week ago. Not sure if you can still find it, but would you want to?
Nope, not
Would you
even
like
a
to
little
try
bit.
this? A mac and cheese ice cream?
Nope.
No? Remember they came out with the candy mac and cheese for Valentine's Day this year?
No,
Like
I
the
don't.
Mac and cheese that tasted like candy?
No.
It wasn't candy. It was actually mac and cheese, but it tasted, the sauce was like a pink candy flavor.
You know, I actually just told this story the other day talking about, what is it called? Diner dashing?
Huh?
When you leave a restaurant. and not-
Dining and dashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We've only done that once. Okay. And this is why. Listen. This is why. Because we went to a restaurant. Topher was like a year and a half. Okay. Cannon was a teeny
Police.
teeny
Hello,
tiny
police.
baby. Put it away. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to my story.
Okay, teeny tiny baby.
Teeny tiny baby. We had ordered Topher mac and cheese. Okay. And then Chris and I don't remember what we got, but anyway, the food comes out and mine and Chris's is cold. We can tell it's been reheated, but Topher's mac and cheese is frozen. Frozen. You know how you cook mac and cheese and then you freeze it and you pull it out to reheat at a later time?
That has never happened to me.
That is what they did. And
I've never had
we
mac and cheese
sent it
last
back.
beyond the meal.
That's fair. We sent it back 3 times and we were very kind about it and just saying, hey, there's ice in the mac and cheese. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. They send it back, or they take it back 3 separate times to reheat it. Still ice in the middle.
Wow.
So at that point we were like, no, forget this. We're not eating it. We're not paying for it.
So you didn't
we
dine
got
and
up
dash. You just left.
Yeah.
It's like, I ain't eating this. And you left.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We did not dine.
That's okay.
We ordered and dashed, I guess.
All right, let's take another quick break.
When we come back, our week of Disney duos continues as we discuss the best couples and friendships.
Stick around. But not for you, Twitch, because now we're going to move on to the next day.
This is so weird.
We save our meat
that,
segments
it's
for the show.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, but are we going to do the taste test? What are we doing?
We'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Let's do that.
I'm so confused.
Forgot. The taste test is now Twitch and online only, so I don't know. What do we do? Let's go big. Let's go big for our first one back, eh?
Did you say A or K?
A.
A. We're in Canada now.
Bean Boozled.
Shut up.
Fiery 5.
Shut up! I have that same one.
You haven't?
That's why I asked today. Is it my turn for the
because
taste
you wanted to
test?
do this? So what, are we going to have to try all 5? Or what?
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Okay, you dish them out while I set up the next show here.
It's going to be a little bit quiet now.
Going to be a little quiet because we're going to be counting.
It's going to be a little quiet. There's 5.
There should be 5.
I'm only seeing... Okay. Oh, man, they smell hot. Whoa! Smell it.
Oh, no.
Yep.
This is a bad idea.
Listen, now I don't feel bad.
Now I feel bad.
Now I'm not the one who's...
Now I feel... Oh, it's making my eyes water just smelling it. Oh, no.
Okay, so
This is
there's
a bad idea.
cayenne. There's a jalapeno. There's a habanero. There's a Carolina Reaper.
Oh, gosh.
And a sriracha.
So what order do they go in here?
It doesn't.
So it does.
Oh,
'cause they
oh.
get hotter. as
Yeah,
it goes.
okay, so-
Sriracha, jalapeno, cayenne. All right, habanero and Carolina Reaper. Whew. All right.
Yes, we're recording other segments after this.
Yes.
Okay, now I need to get mine.
Shoot, should we save this for the end?
Sriracha.
You have a quiz
Jalapeno?
coming up.
Cayenne. Listen, my fingers are burning from touching them.
We should save it for the very last thing. So you just all stick around and see us die. We're going to save that.
Habanero and Carolina Reaper. Good grief.
Yeah, we're going to do that last. We're going to do it last. We're calling an audible. We're going to do it last because we're probably going to be miserable. So let's start our Wednesday show. Hard pass. Hey, KY Redhead. Good to see you.
Hey, where's Oriole today?
Oriole, I believe, is on vacation in a cabin or something with his
Oh,
kids.
that's right. I did see that.
Having fun.
I did see that. Okay, that's
Having
fair.
fun.
I guess.
All right, let's start our Wednesday
My
show.
gosh.
They smell really hot. All right, you ready?
Rise and shine, nerds.
Welcome to the Back Row Morning Show, a part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network and the official exclusive morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager and chief radio nerd. I'm a husband, a father of two, with a third coming any day now, a Green Lantern fan, and a Funko Pop collector.
And I'm Mo, shorter, louder, smarter, and all around better than absolutely no one. I'm a wife, mom, elementary librarian, and seeker of truth, except when it comes to reality TV.
Today on the show, how Disney duos might be setting us up for disappointment in our relationships.
Also on the show today, casting the first stone.
But first, today is Wednesday, July 21st, 2021, and we've got some holidays to celebrate.
We do. Let me move past my little bit of anger there.
Well, you'll get it out in a second.
I know. Today is National Hot Dog Day.
Yee! I love hot dogs.
Yee.
There's something about hot dogs I just can't get over.
Do you eat your hot dog?
Plain.
Really?
On a bun.
Just plain on a bun?
Just straight up. Now, I'll do chili, depending on the chili.
Why are you texting all of a sudden?
But
I'll do chili.
You say that when you talk chili, you texting at that point. But typically, just plain and dry on a bun. That's the way to go because hot dog is enjoyable to me.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Also, KY Redhead in our Twitch chat saying brat. She says no bun. Let's skip that. And she says blackened. Blackened brats are the bomb.
Yeah.
I have to convince my father-in-law to burn my brats to a crisp every time we have a cookout. But they're so good. They're so dang good.
I also prefer my hot dogs that way, though.
I don't like it with hot dogs.
I love a blackened hot dog.
I like more like the New York style street boiling in the water kind of hot dog. No. That's what I like. Yeah.
So my very, very, very first job was at a
burnt marshmallows too. You're absolutely right. To a crisp.
Yes.
Blackened.
Okay, my first job was at a baseball field working in the concession stands.
Okay.
Community baseball field. And we did hot dogs by the dozens in the boiling, like basically big, huge crock pots. And they were the red hot dogs. Have you ever had?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So by the end of that summer, I was like if I'm going to have a hot dog, I want it to look the least like those hot dogs that it possibly can. So burn my hot dogs to the crisp, please.
I got you.
Please.
If it's a hot dog that I don't like I don't know if this is a nationwide brand or if it's just in our area, but they're like Bar S hot dogs. I hate those. So yeah, if we're having those, burn those to a crisp because then I can get through them. But I also don't like the all beef ones, the really big all beef hot dogs.
Yeah. I prefer turkey dogs.
Turkey dogs are good.
I get so much hate because I prefer turkey dogs.
Turkey dogs are good. Don't let them get you down.
Yummy.
All right.
And it's not Tuesday. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, but
it is National Junk Food Day.
Yeah.
So all the things that we talked about yesterday,
eat them today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to address something. Something happened last week that we have agreed to talk about on the show one time to get our frustrations out and then walk away from it after that. And we'll explain. If you haven't been following us on TikTok, you might not have heard the story, but you might have heard the first part of it last season in episode 335 of the morning show, when we shared with you how a group of Christian memers kickstarted a game that was almost a carbon copy of Sunday School Answers, a game that a friend of ours, Michael Mordenga, created in 2017 and recently passed the reins over to us. It's a Christian version of Cards Against Humanity, and while its sales were only in the hundreds, it had a lot of recognition in the meme communities early on, in the Christian communities. Then cards Christians showed up with the same color scheme, same audience, same play mechanic, all presented like they were the first and that they had never heard of Sunday School Answers before, which I find hard to believe. In the end, we've had to just accept that there's no way that we can prove that they ever saw Sunday School Answers. So When Mike gave the reins to us, we relaunched the game to make sure that it was compatible with their game, decided we would just coexist. It was plausible that they had the same idea Mike had, and that the choice to use the blue and white color scheme was a coincidence, and that they had just done a poor job looking to see if the game already existed. Then last week, we got a message from one of the LTN staff with a link to a new Kickstarter. After meeting Michael in 2017, Mo and I got the bug to make our own game, so we came up with a Christian version of the voting game called Judge Not. The game has everyone being assigned a number, a card with an offense to read, and everybody votes on who is most likely to have committed that offense. It's a game that grows friendships, encourages sharing stories and laughing. It's just a rib-poking good time. We've played it with a bunch of our friends on multiple occasions. It's always been a hit. That new Kickstarter was for, once again, the exact same game for the exact same group of people. And they are calling it Cast the First Stone. It's once again the same play mechanic, same audience, same color scheme. When this was pointed out, they did respond. They never responded to us with Sunday School Answers. Well, I take that back. One person from their group did respond to us, say, hey, we'd be willing to talk, and then would never talk to us again after that. We said, yeah, we'd love to, and then ghosted us. So when we finally pointed this out, they did respond by essentially posting the same answer everywhere that it was commented on, that, we got the game last year. We thought it'd be fun to make a Christian version. I'm glad we can all create games alongside each other. Thumbs up, end of discussion. I'm not going to lie. It was hard to believe that they had never heard of Sunday School Answers, but now that this has happened twice, both with independently published games from the game crafter that we are connected to, gosh, it's suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
But giving them the benefit of the doubt, even if they came up with the idea of their own, they should have taken one crucial step before starting to build. And Mo pointed that out to them, but they didn't respond to that, which is...
Google search!
How about a quick Google search of Christian version of Cards Against Humanity, Christian version of the voting game? Look around, ask your very large Christian community, hey, has anyone seen a Christian version of this game out there? I mean, it's disappointing and it's frustrating. As frustrating, though, as this is, here's why we're going to let this go and why ultimately it's not worth a huge battle.
Because you told me to. That's why.
Well, you're
That's
letting it go because I'm telling you to. But these are my reasonings of why we're going to let it go. Number one, we're not making money off of it, and we're not trying to. We've been very upfront since pretty much the beginning. We lower the price in the Game Crafter down to as low as it'll let us. So you're buying it basically for cost. I think the most we'll ever make on a sale is, I think, 70 cents. And that's only on like the big main core games, but all the expansions, I think it's something like 17 cents. Because what we wanted to do was create fun games for the Christian community that didn't exist and put them out there and let you play them and let you have fun. Love Thy Nerd featured Sunday School Answers at their very first LTN con. Like, they had a whole table devoted to that all weekend. It was really cool. The second reason is, like, we can't sue them because we don't have any direct proof that they stole our stuff. And both of our games are parodies of other games. So, like, we don't own the play mechanic. We don't own the idea. So we're both just making our own versions of a parody of a game that already exists. So can't do that either. But the other reason is it's not the fault of anybody that's buying these games. You know what I mean? It's
unless you're our friend,
well,
then you're at fault. Because you know.
I think it's okay to coexist and have both those out there. So what's really neat is that while their game isn't even out yet, their version, their Cast the First Stone, is not even out yet, Judge Not's already out. It'll work the same way with their game. Judge Not's not only already out, we have 4 expansions based on it, including one that has like some new play mechanics and blank cards that you can write yourself. We got a Christmas version already out. So you can buy all those and add them to that game. You can expand your game, double, triple the amount of cards that you have as soon as that comes out, or even right now, you can just go to backrogames.com and get our version. But the same thing with Sunday School Answers. Sunday School Answers, we have our core deck. They have their core deck. That's fine. But we also have 3 expansions already and more coming that are almost twice the size of the 3 expansions that they have. And they can't even produce theirs enough because they're not doing... We're doing the Game Crafter, which is basically a make-to-order thing. They're having to go through all these companies and jump through all these hoops. They've had a lot of trouble getting their game actually made and shipped out to everybody that ordered them. So we have all these expansions that'll work with the game. You can add a bunch of cards there too. We've got the meme deck that we've done with Memes James version. We have the superhero deck that we did with Faith and Fandom, Hector Mirai. And Mo and I have the food deck for the Back Row Morning Show because we're the junk food people. And we have just completed a double expansion, 105 cards from Love Thy Nerd. So it's the Nerd deck. We have completed that. It is going to go on sale by the end of this month. And we're super excited about it because a lot of the cards were written by you guys. And your name's on the bottom, submitted by this person. Like, it's really neat that we get to do this with you and collaborate. Mm-hmm. So we will coexist. Just realize that we're out there.
Here's also a fun little fact. We ship internationally, and
that's true. Well,
and they
mostly is it international?
It is international.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the thing. I may or may not have gone on a bit of a
writing a list why we're better.
No. A commenting spree on their page.
You did, and they deleted them all.
They deleted everyone, and I'm blocked from their page. So, but one of the biggest complaints was, when are you going to ship internationally? And so, of course, I hopped on and I double checked that we do, in fact, ship to these places that these people were wanting to get their hands on the game. And I just dropped our link and said, we ship internationally and we're the original game.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So yeah, we got a lot of frustrations out over the past few days.
That's the only reason they ever commented.
The only reason, because we finally started harassing them.
I dropped at least a dozen comments on their page, at least. So listen, it got them to say something. But then again, I commented in response to their comment to us, and still, we've been ghosted again. So.
Yeah, they just keep sending that same boilerplate answer that they gave
We would
us.
love to talk to any... No, you wouldn't.
So do it. Mo listed like 11 things that you can address. Let's address them. But anyway, we're going to walk away from it because it's not good for our spirits to sit here in anger either. If we were making money on it, if this was like an actual business that we were trying to really pursue and live off of, it'd be a whole different story, and we would be trying to pursue this legally. But it will not be worth the ulcers to try and do it.
However, listen, I'm just going to put it out there. If they come up with a punishment deck,
that's already, but no, that already got stolen. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
Not stolen.
No,
there's no reason to believe they had our idea.
I don't care if those people did it. If these people do it. If these people do, look, I brought the TikTok video that you made out to Chris, and I just handed him my phone.
Yeah.
And he watches it, and he's like, "What? How is that even possible? Did you guys copyright it?" And I was like, "No, we didn't. That's our mistake." And he's like, "I'm going to talk to a lawyer tomorrow. We're going to see what we can do." And I was like, "Okay."
Technically, when you create something, I think there's an automatic copyright to it. But again, because it's not our play mechanic, we can't prove anything.
No, but I can drop at least a dozen comments before they block me, just to make it really known.
But no, the first time this happened though was with the punishment deck. This was all Mo's idea. Mo came up with the idea of, let's make like this deck of like truth or dare type cards that you can add to any game as like the punishment for the loser. And we came up with a lot of creative cards like eat a square of toilet paper or mystery squirt. That's my favorite, where you have to be blindfolded and the winner of the game gets to pull any condiment out of the fridge and squirt it into your mouth. All kinds of really funny but harmless punishments.
Yeah.
And someone else who we kind of figured out had to have had this on Kickstarter just a month after we came up with the idea and put it on the Game Crafter, had the exact same idea. And they got to be on Good Morning America and stuff. And I'm like, man, we should have gone the Kickstarter route. But then we would have really had to make a company out of it. And I don't think we wanted to do that. We're so busy already.
I would really, really, really hate to accidentally make a game that someone else has already made and then have their really angry, co-creator dropping comments all over our Facebook page. So, I mean, if I don't have to deal with the headache of what I am, then I'm okay with it, I guess.
We have thousands of followers. We have a Mo.
That's right. That's right.
All right, let's take a break here. When we come back, Mo gets challenged by a member of our Discord.
Oh my, stick around.
All right, Silver, you better still be up in here because it's your time to shine, lady.
You just made all of the anger come back.
Well, now you should be ready. You should be ready to go, ready to fight. Let's jump in this chat up in here.
Listen, I might be all of 5 foot, not quite 3, and 138 pounds, but listen.
All right, Tieranie, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to start recording this segment, but we're just going to jump right in after Mo's fact.
My fact.
So just be ready to go.
Ready to go.
Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show. I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And we've changed some things up for this new season, including what we record live on Twitch. Each week we record our shows on Friday or Saturday before it airs on the radio station with our friends on Twitch. We record the first half of each of our shows with them. So follow us on twitch.tv/LTNOnAir to be notified when we go live, and join our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for after-show discussion and even opportunities to be on the show yourself. But before we go any further, it's time for Mo's Fact of the Day.
So the origin of the hot dog is uncertain, but one thing that we do know for sure is that Americans keep them on high demand. On July 4th, Americans enjoy about 150 million hot dogs. Between Memorial Day and Labor Day, Americans will eat a staggering 7 billion hot dogs. And in 2015, U.S. supermarket customers spent more than $2.5 billion on hot dogs alone.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Right.
It's the food of our nation, I guess. I don't know.
It is the food of the nation.
There you go. Okay. There's a new parody for you right there. You're welcome. It's my idea. Don't steal it.
All right. Well, now it is time to have Mo beat one of our friends in a trivia challenge.
Yep.
Everybody, please welcome Tieranie from Silver Soul Gaming.
I feel like that's when we need
Hey, we need an applause, an audience sound effect. It's going for that.
Okay.
Tieranie, how are you been? I know you're laid up.
I'm okay.
How you doing?
Just trying to not go crazy over here. I'm stuck lying around.
So I do have a question for you. I didn't get to see your stream. How was Power Wash Simulator?
Addicting.
Yeah.
Very mellow.
Very mellow.
And that is what I'm going to be playing after this.
But it's also $20, and so I'm nervous to buy it because what if I don't like it?
I bought it during the Steam sale. It was like $15.
Yeah.
And I'm in their Discord, and they're already working on updates and everything because it's early access. And
really?
That's super cool.
All right. Well, I might have to try it.
Hey, okay. While I've got y'all here, this has absolutely nothing to do with what we're doing right now. I've got y'all here though, and Tieranie just said Steam, so it made me remember. Y'all heard about the Steam Deck?
Mm-hmm.
The what?
It's like a console.
Oh,
Steam
yeah.
Console with all of your Steam games.
It looks like a little Switch.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if he's still on Twitch right now or not, but he will go back and listen. Please, y'all, help me tell my child that I'm not going to buy that for him.
It is ridiculously expensive if you want a high memory one.
So we're sitting in the car today, and he's like, Mom, you know how I get my games through Steam? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, well, look at this. And shows me. It's all
$600.
It's like a Switch, but with all my Steam games. And I was like, okay. And his brother from the back seat goes, yeah, and it's probably $800. And Topher goes, $400. And I went, you ain't getting it. And then instantly it was like,
Look, I want it too, but I ain't gonna pay that much money for it when I can play it on my computer just fine. Just fine.
If it helps Topher, I'm not buying it because I already have 2 computers. What's the point?
Yeah.
see? Thank you.
All right. So Tieranie is going to be going up in a quiz against Mo for the chance to win the coveted I Beat Mo sticker.
With a baseball bat on it and everything.
Which we have now in hand. We are shipping out to our 2 previous winners. The quiz has been a secret to both of them until tonight. We are going to be doing a quiz on Disney couples. How do you feel about that, Tieranie?
I should warn Mo that I had a Disney wedding.
Ooh, snap.
Oh, man.
Oh, snap. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to be asking the question, and I will be giving multiple choice answers. This is not a ask only to one person thing. Both of you get to answer. Both of you can answer the same thing. It's not whoever can answer first.
Okay. So I don't have to be loud and
You don't have to be loud.
Shout
You don't
it
have
out
to.
before
You don't
Tieranie.
have to throw elbows. You both will guess, and whoever can get the most correct will win at the end.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay.
You understand the rules, Tieranie?
I think so.
Okay. It's really weird calling you Tieranie because I'm used to calling you Silver.
Most people are.
All right. Let's do this thing. Question numero 10. What did Rapunzel do when she met Flynn for the first time? Did she give him a hug, lock him in a closet, hit him with a frying pan, or sing him a song?
Hit him with a frying pan.
Yeah, same answer.
Correct. Good job. All right. Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse are Disney's most iconic couple. In what short cartoon did they first appear together? Was it titled Plain Crazy, Steamboat Willie, The Three Mouseketeers, or Yoo-Hoo? Tieranie Mo answered first last time. You want to answer first?
Yeah, I think it's plain crazy.
Okay. I'm going with Steamboat Willie.
Okay. It is Plain Crazy. Steamboat Willie was the first appearance of Mickey Mouse, I believe. Yeah, but not Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
All right, so Tiernie's one up.
Of course.
This is a true or false question. True or false, Sally and Jack Skellington's love song is the last scene of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
False.
Tieranie?
Oh. It's been a while. I'm gonna say false too.
Wrong. That is the last one. Even nightmares can have happy endings, guys. All right. What does a young Carl swear he'll do for his childhood sweetheart, Ellie? Marry her? Work with her at the zoo? Get a talking dog someday? Or take their clubhouse to Paradise Falls?
I have no idea. I'll be honest.
Ooh, this one I know. Take the clubhouse to Paradise Falls.
I'm going to say
Well,
take
don't
the
say you
clubhouse
know
to
it.
Paradise Falls.
Unfortunately, your bravado got Mo to guess the same thing.
Thanks, Tiernie.
You're welcome, I think.
Tiernie's still one up. All right. Which
Yeah.
of these does Cogsworth not recommend the Beast give to Belle in their courtship? Books, flowers, chocolates, or promises you don't intend to keep?
Books?
Okay. Tiernie?
Yeah, I think books.
Yeah.
It was books. Correct.
Yay!
I haven't seen that movie since I was a child. I swore it had to be Promises You Don't Intend to Keep because that was too specific.
Oh no. I can hear him saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
What word do Jasmine and Aladdin say at the same time when they first meet? Is it love, trapped, wish, or punctual?
Wow, some of those are very specific and odd.
I'm saying trapped.
Oh.
Love, trapped, wish, or punctual?
Let's go with wish.
It was trapped.
Dang it.
All right, so y'all are tied up. Tied up again. Which of these Disney love songs won an Academy Award for Best Original Song? Was it I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules? Love is an Open Door from Frozen? Once Upon a Dream in Sleeping Beauty? Or Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King?
I'm singing all of them in my head right now. I feel like Can You Feel the Love is the obvious answer.
Is it?
But that makes me question because it's so
Right.
obvious. Like,
Right?
Okay. Which of these Disney love songs
Won an Academy Award for Best Original Song.
best original song?
Now, it's quite possible. Can You Feel the Love Tonight won an Academy Award for a completely different thing.
Exactly.
Ooh, crap.
I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules, Love is an Open Door from Frozen, Once Upon a Dream from Sleeping Beauty, and Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King.
Okay, listen, if it's Love is an Open Door, I'm going to be really upset.
I love that song.
There's so many other better ones.
Finish each other sandwiches. That's what I was going to say.
Love is an open door.
Oh, turn your mic off.
I'm going with Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Okay, Tieranie?
I think I gotta go with the same one.
Good choice. Obviously, that's the answer, guys.
Fun fact, I walked down the aisle to that song.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Where does Tiana and Prince Naveen's wedding take place? The Bayou, the French Quarter, the Kingdom of Maldonia, or Tiana's restaurant?
The French Quarter?
Okay, you're going to say the French Quarter, Tieranie?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. French Quarter.
Wrong-o.
What?
On the Bayou.
On the Bayou.
On the Bayou,
What?
guys.
I think
Been a
they're
while
wrong.
since I've seen that one too.
Yeah.
All right,
That one's creepy.
when Prince Philip and Princess Aurora meet in the forest, they waltz, ride horseback, swim in the lake, or run away from each other.
They run away from each other.
Tierney?
Oh wow, it's been a really long time since I've seen that one. Ride horseback?
Ride horseback? The correct answer
Yeah.
was waltz. Both
What?
of y'all got it wrong.
Who waltzes in the forest?
When you first meet somebody.
It's love at first sight, guys, in early Disney times. Of course they're going to waltz.
No.
I've done wrong.
Still tied up. True or false, Prince Charming was the one who put the glass slipper on Cinderella's foot.
False.
False.
Good job. Good job. It was the Grand Duke who put it on. Yeah, before rushing her back to Prince Charming's castle.
Yep.
All right. In the 1950s cartoon, Donald Duck had a special love song for Daisy Duck. What was the name of the song? Was it Lucky Duck, Crazy Over Daisy, Quacking Up, or Splashing into Love?
Crazy over Daisy.
That's the first one that popped into my head too.
Yeah.
Good job. Both of y'all got that right. Still tied up. Where does the prince first meet Snow White? Outside the dwarf's cottage, in the magic mirror, in a dream, or at a wishing well?
Wishing Well?
Tieranie?
It's either that one or the cottage, and I keep picturing the wishing well, so I'm gonna have to go with that one.
Good job. Both of you doing all right. Okay, we only got a couple left. During their romantic boat ride, something prevents Prince Eric and Ariel from kissing for the first time. What happens? Does Ariel turn back into a mermaid? Does their boat get knocked over? Does King Triton cause a storm? Or does Eric realize that there are animals singing to him?
I think the boat gets knocked over.
Yep.
Correct. All right. What is Celia's loving nickname for Mike Wazowski?
Mike Wazowski.
Monster Face, Googly Bear, Cutie Boo, or Short, Green, and Handsome?
Oh, man. At first, I knew that it was Googly Bear, but then what was the next one?
Cutie Boo.
I'm going Googly Bear.
Yeah, it's Googly Bear.
Yeah.
That's Googly Bear. Okay. All right. What gift does Anna give Kristoff that prompts their Anna give Kristoff that prompts their first kiss? A medal, a sweater, a sled, or a reindeer grooming kit?
A sled. Yeah.
Well, guys, that's the end of the quiz, and y'all tied it up. Each of y'all got one wrong. And yeah, so there's no tiebreaker.
No.
So technically, Tieranie, you did not beat Mo.
No, well, it is still an honor to tie with her.
But honestly, I didn't know that you had a Disney wedding. I didn't know that Disney was so tied into your life in that manner.
Disney wedding, Disney World honeymoon.
Wow.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Our 5th anniversary is next year, and we're gonna go back to one of them.
Nice. The only reason I picked this is because we're talking about like Disney duos and couples this week for the meet segments, and so that's a cool coincidence. But you did a really good job. Most of y'all, I think y'all each got 14 or 13. Y'all each got 13, right? Because there was one that y'all both missed.
Yeah. I think there was actually 2 that we both missed.
Was there 2 that you both missed? I know you missed the waltz one.
And the
the Princess and the Frog one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, really good. Thank you, Tieranie. We'll have you on again to give you another shot sometime in the future.
Thanks, friend.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
Love you, Silver. Bye. All right. Well, good job. You held your own, Mo.
I did.
You. This is your first non-loss.
It is.
Not technically a win.
No,
but not a loss.
But I'll take a tie. I'm okay with a tie.
Let's take another quick break.
When we come back, our week of Disney duos continues as we discuss how Disney couples and friendships could set us up for failure.
Stick around. But not for you, Twitch, because that's that's only for the radio and for the podcast later. But we do have one final segment. No, 2 final segments. We need a question. Ask us anything question, whatever it's about. We're going to answer that for you as we kind of wrap up the show portion. And then right after that, we're going to
kill ourselves.
All 5 of these Fiery 5 Boozled jelly beans.
Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah.
Our hot dog sandwiches. I'm going for it. Let's do it. We're going to take that as our question. All right. Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show as things are winding down for the day.
But first, we're going to answer an Ask Us Anything question from Twitch.
And sure, these questions usually tend to be about us and our opinions. And this one is an opinion, I would assume.
Yeah.
But we are kind of looking for a definitive answer, too. Are hot dogs sandwiches? This comes from our relatively new follower, KY Redhead, on Twitch. Are hot dog sandwiches, Mo?
So I actually think that we have had an entire segment once on.
I think a long time ago we did have this discussion
on what constitutes a sandwich versus like a hoagie and a sub.
Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah. Sadly, I don't remember where we landed specifically with hot dogs.
Well, I think we landed that it should qualify because hoagies and Philly cheesesteaks qualify as sandwiches.
But see, I think that when we had this discussion, we specifically said that hoagies and subs are not sandwiches. They are of their
what
own
they
category.
are.
Yeah.
They're just what they are.
Exactly.
Maybe.
That's a brilliant point.
Brother Maud says, do lasagnas count as cakes? That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's just give your opinion. What do you personally believe
like
in your heart?
breaking it down in my head.
In your heart, Mo, are hot dog sandwiches?
No, in my heart, a hot dog is not a sandwich, but I cannot give you a reason why, because it's got the top bread and the bottom bread, and it's got the meat in the center, and then whatever condiments you want to add into your sandwich specific to yourself and your taste buds. So, I mean, I guess really a hot dog is a sandwich, but it's not a sandwich. It's a hot dog.
There's a college humor bit on YouTube where it's about like gluten free. It's about a woman that can't eat gluten, and a character named Trap keeps offering like different things to her. Well, you can't have a sandwich, so can you have like this? And he comes to this realization, like, guys, a pie is a sandwich. So many things are sandwiches. And that's my mindset. I think a hot dog is a sandwich. You may have been right. We may have come to that conclusion that like hoagies and subs are like their own thing, but I don't think so. I think those are sandwiches. I think a hot dog is a sandwich. It's either a sandwich or it's a taco, and I'm pretty sure it's more of a sandwich than it is a taco.
See, and then we discussed hamburgers and like sloppy joes, and
those are all sandwiches. Hamburgers used to be called hamburger sandwiches.
Listen,
and we just got rid of the sandwich part because it was easier. Because we're lazy Americans.
I know that we have all heard of Pandora's box, and we're not supposed to open it. Let's just leave it alone. It is what it is.
No, hold on.
We're not opening this.
But Brother Maud says sandwiches have bread on top and bottom. Hot dogs have bread on three sides. So do subs. So do Philly cheesesteaks. They're opened and then closed back. I mean,
really, it depends on the bun, because some buns do fully open.
True. I think, there's like one brand of hot dog buns that are like sandwich buns.
Yeah.
But they also expect you to cut the hot dog in half, kind of. Like not fully in half, but like Nathan's hot dogs do.
Yeah.
And then that makes it kind of a sandwich. There's a whole, like a Polish sausage sandwich at Wiener Schnitzel. That's a Polish sausage cut in half and put in between two pieces of rye bread. That's a sandwich.
We're having so many good points being brought up in our Twitch. KY Redhead also says, what if you grew up poor and used bread instead of bun, which that's how I grew up.
That's what I would do every now and then.
You had bread, you had a hamburger bun, you had a sandwich, you had a hot dog bun, you had a sloppy joe bun, you had absolutely everything you could.
And then sometimes you would have extra hot dog buns because, the whole hot dogs and buns not being the same amount. So you'd buy 2 packages of hot dog buns and you'd have like 6 left over.
You've got garlic bread for spaghetti for the next night.
I would have peanut butter sandwich. I'd have a peanut butter sandwich. And we even had a song we sang. Every time I made one, we'd sing peanut butter sandwich on a hot dog bun.
That
was the best.
When the boys were little, that was the only way that I would make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, because then the mess is only coming out one side.
That's pretty smart too.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Like you said, we could talk about this forever. Let's end with our verse for the day.
You didn't even say whether or not you think it's a sandwich. Oh,
I did.
Maybe you did.
I sure
you say
did.
It's all sandwiches.
I said it's all
and
sandwiches.
And I say it's not.
I say everything's a sandwich.
So we're a house divided
So many
here.
things are sandwiches.
Nope. Okay, our verse for the day is Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience.
That's going to do it for our show today. Remember that we air first exclusively on LTN Radio, LTNOnAir.com, every Monday through Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern, with an encore at 10 a.m. But if you miss a day or just can't catch the show live, find the Back Row Morning Show podcast version on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. Subscribe, rate 5 stars, and leave a review. All of that. Oh, sorry. Do it and we'll love you forever. I changed what our line is. Do it and we'll love you forever.
Also, starting this week, the podcast feed will offer a weekly highlight episode focusing on just our main topics for the week, for those of you who can't commit to the full 3 hours a week. And make sure you're following us on all the socials. We're on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Just search for @BackRowLTN and connect with us.
You got to say it correctly.
@BackRow.
Nope.
At the back row
There you go.
LTN. Sorry.
They'll type it in wrong.
At-
They won't find us.
At the back row LTN.
Tune in tomorrow morning for the Back Row Rewind, where we will bring you a classic episode of the Back Row Morning Show. And we should be back with new episodes next week, and we hope you will too. Mo, final thoughts?
I don't do well with changes, y'all.
Once again, I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And remember, if nobody else tells you, we promise that it's true. Jesus loves you, nerd. All right, don't go anywhere, Twitch. It's time. It's time for Bean Boozled Fiery 5. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be painful.
It
All right,
is.
so we're going to start with sriracha, which I hate the flavor of sriracha, so this is going to be fun.
Hey, I need a bottle of water. I got one.
Okay, good.
Ask and you shall receive.
Okay.
Press down, shaken together, and running over.
Here we go. Oh.
Yep. That's crazy! No! I only have to do 4 orders?
Yeah. It's not that bad for me. Is it hot for you? I just don't like the flavor. The flavor's awful. Oh no, it hit me. Oh! It hit me. Oh!
How are we... Ha 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 ha.
Falcon punch.
Can I spread it out, please?
Nope. Get your water, drink it down. Oh, it makes my water instantly hot.
Goosebumps. I've got goosebumps.
Tastes awful. Tastes terrible. Super hot. Jalapeno time. Sound like Donald Duck. Oh, you made me laugh some of it up into my nose. You're the worst person. Okay. Jalapeno. Jalapeno. Here we go.
No,
What?
I'm done.
You can't be done.
I'm done.
You were so excited.
Here's our review. Here's our review
No,
of
no,
the
no.
taste test.
We have to
Don't
try this to
do
see
them.
if it tastes
Don't do
just
them.
like the jalapeno that
You
we
can
actually
taste
bit
it,
into.
go for it.
Come on.
I'll trust
You
you.
said you ain't no weenie. I remember, and I'm holding you to that. Oh. It's a better flavor than the sriracha. Oh gosh.
He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke.
I'm not gonna puke.
There's a cup over there.
I'm not gonna puke, but it's hot. Oh. Oh.
Okay, the sriracha was way more hot. to me.
Sriracha was hotter.
That one tasted like grass. I did not like the flavor of that one. I prefer the sriracha so far.
Oh, I'm tearing up a little. Okay. Cayenne.
I feel like we need to give ourselves a second to
No,
let the taste
I
buds
just wanna be
calm
done
down.
with it.
Otherwise, we're not going to be able to know if it.
Be done with it.
My ears are burning.
Quoting us. Raspy Matt voice. I'm not gonna puke. I'm not gonna puke. But it's hot.
This is. I'm for real.
Okay.
Are you good?
Yeah, cayenne. Here we go. Oh. This is sweeter.
This is the best one yet.
This is delightful.
It's not bad at all.
Are they not in order of how hot they're supposed to be?
Don't swallow it. It's hot when you swallow it.
Oh no. No, that was fine. That was okay. That was all right. That was all right. That was all right. Okay. Taste was really good. I like the flavor a lot. Remember the caramel cayenne popcorn square that we had? Yeah, I think the flavor of cayenne is really good.
That was really good. Let's do another one of those.
All right. They were hot, but they were delicious.
Who is being referred to as Gollum?
Okay. He hates the jelly bean. This is habanero.
Oh.
Hasn't hit me yet. Rip everyone's ears. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. I can see the future. Oh man.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Oh, this is boiling hot water now. Oh. One more. One more and we're done. Oh, I feel it in my chest. Feel it in my heart.
What was the last one?
Feel it in your heart.
Oh my god.
Carolina Reaper.
No!
We can do it. Hubabakanda!
Speaking in tongues.
Hey, this is Late Night Matt in his jammies. Here to tell you, yeah, the Twitch stream cut out at the worst possible time. And we didn't know it. Because from our end, OBS said everything was up and running and going smooth. And we ate that 5th Carolina Reaper jelly bean and about died. And nobody saw it. We did it for nothing. And we're not going to do it again because it was brutal. So, yeah, I know. Kind of a bummer way to end the whole stream. But I will say our funniest reaction was the one you just saw for the habanero. The Carolina Reaper, we just sat there miserable until it passed. And then said goodbye to everybody. Yeah. Bummer. I don't know what happened. See you next time. I'm gonna go sleep now.